Thank you very much, Victor. He heard me say exclusive Drew Brees interview. Well, here's our exclusive Scott Shanle interview on the defensive side of the ball. I appreciate you taking the time. Obviously, a tough night for the defense. Aaron Rodgers really tough from the beginning in this game.
Yeah, we knew coming in. He's definitely an elite quarterback, and the one thing you knew was they were going to make plays. I mean, he was going to put the ball in some spots that you just couldn't defend, but we knew we had to rise up after that and get some stands, and that's one thing that we did well for the most part last year and the year before is we made teams kick field goals once they got down in the red zone, and you can't give a team like this touchdowns. It's just they're too good on offense to give up touchdowns.
How frustrating was it on the sideline? I mean, in a hyped-up game, you guys had such high expectations, and you're down 14-0. What was the sideline like on the defensive side at that point?
Well, I think the spirits were high. I mean, there was a lot of game left at that point. A lot of us guys have been on this team when we've been down by more than 14 points. So anytime you have our offense and Drew Brees running that offense, you really never fail a game, even though you're down 14 points. But we knew we had to play better at that point, and I felt like after we settled down, we did get some stops. But we need to get back to getting the ball back to our offense, creating takeaways, and getting off the field on third down.
A lot of new faces on this defense. We just talked to Will Herring. I mean, some new guys on the D line. How did that affect chemistry at all?
Well, I think the chemistry is actually pretty good on our defense. I mean, we've been through camp for 5 weeks. We all know each other very well. We all have the same expectations. We know what is expected out there on the field. I just think we played a really good team tonight, and obviously we're going to play better defense, and we're not going to accept giving up this many points. But we just need to get back to doing what we do and settle down. And the one thing about this game is it doesn't count as more than one loss. I mean, it's one loss. We got a lot of season left, so we can't really hang our heads too long about this game.
Tackling has been an issue, some in the preseason, some tonight. Is that something that's easily corrected, or how do you correct that?
Well, I think the one thing about this league, we've kind of started to see the past few games that we played, our style of defense, a lot of pressure, a lot of man. Teams are starting to turn this game into a little bit of basketball on grass. They get it way out, one-on-one, and your corners aren't going to make the tackle every time. There's great athletes out there in space on the offense side of the ball. The one thing we can control in defense is running. As everybody else running as hard as we can to the ball. And if somebody misses a tackle or just slows them up or trips them up, we have 10 other guys there to make the tackle.
All right, well, tough loss. I appreciate you taking the time.
No problem, thanks.
All right, linebacker Scott Shanle, the New Orleans Saints. We'll have Drew Brees coming up and hopefully a few more interviews here as well. Back to you in the studio.